no rest for the wicked. That means never let up the pressure. No. Never let up the pressure. You must be relentless. Yes, relentless. Under relentless pressure. You get a diamond from coal. Or a filthy black coal in your face. Yes. Let's go down a rabbit hole together. In a second. This is a good part.
I'll do what you're told. Chop wood, what you call?
Welcome if you got him.
If you don't do it, I will.
Okay. Oh, I got something very exciting. I started doing this on Facebook. I was going to do a little posty-poo. And then I was going to do the research in the post within the commentary. And I thought, that's a lot of typing. Let's just do it live. Yeah! Plus I get to embellish my character. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, what we're going to do is I'm doing some random research here and there wherever I feel like looking into, depending on my curiosity or whatever. It's fleeting. Yes, it is. It'll fleeting. Always just the tip, though. Ooh, yeah, save some for later. So anyway, yes. I am a spider. The world is my web, and all around me are flies. Some I dine upon, some I despise, and some I save for a nice little surprise. Yes, we've got lots of surprises. So what we're doing is I've been investigating Nielsen's ratings. Yes, Nielsen's ratings, and it all started with the ladder. Yes, the ladder from October 8th. I opened it on the show, and it had it's the one with the money in it. This is, it's inside here, but there's one with a hole in it. It had money in it, and I still have those dos doleros. Yes. So anyway, it got me to thinking. Ooh, thinking is dangerous. Yes, that's what happens when you read books. Yeah, anyway, the good books. Lots of garbage out there. Most of it's garbage. Almost all of it's garbage. Yes, because they're very profitable garbage. Yes, one hand reads. Yes. Anyway, so, blah, blah, blah. I come to a thing and I said, you know what? I'm starting to look up some things, and I was looking up this thing called the Iron Mountain Report, which is very, very significant. We're going to go past that, and I thought, there's another thing the guy said to me, and it was something about the lie, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just type in the big lie in the computer, because I just type in random questions like, where's the dirt going that we ship to China? Why is that happening? And then I find out that we've been, that trash, listen, we're so wasteful. Yes, we're so wasteful. We throw perfectly good stuff away that it's now been recognized by Chinese how profitable it is to actually buy our trash from us. The stuff that we don't ferment that should be going into the dirt to grow more food with, that stuff that we ferment and then sell back to people. Their own trash we sell back to them in the form of gas. Yeah, that trash. Yeah, they sort it out. So all the recycling has been going to China all these years. Yeah, I've got lots of, my new phone to add to my pile of phones that I save for evidence. All the data that I have on these things is stored. Yes, very valuable. Way more valuable than a little bit of gold and silver that's inside. Anyway, so I pulled up the big lie. And I thought, ooh, the big lie. Let's see. So I pulled up the wiki, and actually there's a wiki on the big lie. And I thought, ooh, let's go check it out. So anyway, much to my surprise, it's an article about Hitler, maybe even a relative of mine. Oh, yes, quite a racist I am. I do, cherishing and honoring and, yes, paying tribute. Hats off to my German heritage, as well as my Irish heritage. Yes, I do have an Irish, that's on my other vest, but yes, Irish. Irish and German. Biggest problem I ever had, best thing I ever did was quitting drinking because I was my own worst enemy. Being Irish and German, oh my goodness, the fights I would get into with myself. Ah, I could kick my own ass. Oh, and I don't stop, too. I'm such a glutton. I keep getting up. I do. Don't stop. Yeah, all men fear that. Yeah, nothing worse than a guy that keeps getting up. Ah, I know it. Reminds me of that movie Payback with Mel Gibson. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, anyway, the big lie. Yes, disambiguation is one of the terms, which takes us to the beginning of the lesson. Okay, everybody's a jailhouse lawyer. Yeah, you ever end up in jail, on a DUI or something, or domestic, because your old lady just throwing dishes at you, and neighbors called the cops, and you went to jail. Yeah, it cost you a bunch of money, right. They always go for your pocketbook to teach you a lesson. Oh, yeah, hit them where it hurts. Yes, that's a motto. Absolutely. Anyway, you got to learn to think for yourself. And thinking for yourself means cracking a book instead of listening to all the geniuses that are surrounding you. Yeah, that don't have an old lady, that don't have a kid under their wing, that don't have a car, that don't have a couple of tools, that can't change a tire. Okay, all those guys that are asking you to spell their words and digging things out of the trash, like slide rulers, and coming to you and asking you, what they are and if they're monetarily valuable so they can buy them for beer, sell it for beer money or something. Anyway, you got to get past all the idiots and you have to do something. You have to be your own Copernicus. You have to be your own Socrates. You have to be your own Galileo. You can't rely on anybody around you or the technology like Alexa providing you with the information available because it's insequential. It's incomplete. They're hiding the truth. They're rebuilding the Library of Alexandria. Yeah, like in history when they destroyed the Library of Alexandria. They're trying to do that proverbial. They're doing that now and giving us back, what's on the internet. And see, the internet can be destroyed. When I piss them off just right, they will push a button and erase my entire digital footprint and erase all of my work. That's why it's important to back up your work on thumb drives and chips. Absolutely. Anyway, the big lie. Well, let's go through this. This is a learning experience here. I want to just follow along if you care. This is free education. They pay thousands of dollars to have somebody tell them stuff like this. A professor would get probably $500 an hour to sit here and lecture you. Maybe more. Maybe I'm underselling it. I'm obviously, you can't put a price on education. You can't. Okay, the big lie. It's the German Grobluge. It's a gross distortion or misrepresentation of the truth. Well, first thing is in America, the truth has been distorted and remanufactured and redefined so many times. Nobody knows what the truth is anymore. So now we have to go to the root. What's the definition? Yeah, the definitions. Yes, yeah. God, I wish there was an R in that word. Anyway, let's go to the word truth. Ooh, there's an R in truth. Yeah. Yeah, without truth, it's just tooth. Yeah. Tell the tooth the whole tooth and doesn't put a toot. Yeah. And you'll never be heard if you're only speaking the tooth when you should be speaking the truth. Oh my goodness, T.D. Jakes, throw me that shovel. Don't put no more dirt on this. I'm still savoring the gravy on this last word here, the truth. Okay, truth is the property of being in accord with fact or reality, to push the absolute bounds of something and know that the extremity of the absolute truth is if I stick my hand in the flame, it'll burn. Yeah, it's hot. And it'll make tears. That's the truth. Okay? in accordance with fact or reality. In everyday language, truth is typically ascribed to things that aim to represent reality or otherwise correspond to it, such as beliefs. So this is where everybody, reinvents the truth when they bring beliefs and propositions and declaratives, their own declaratives, like everybody says they got the shit. I got the whoop. I got the. Oh, well, what is it? What's the percentage of it? Is it 32.7% THC? Have you seen the trichromes? Are they a little milky? Or are they all clear? Oh, you don't even know what a trichrome is. Well, duh, yeah. You're still looking at the hairs. You're so ignorant, misguided. Yes. Anyway, so the truth. Yeah, you have to get to definition in order to be able to even begin to understand the sentence. That's where you're being cheated. All this legalese and the very nomenclature, the very verbiage they put on the paperwork, they're playing with your heads because they know you're distracted with the game and the stupid Angry Birds and, the latest version of the romantic scene on Titanic with her hand against the steamy glass and tasting the juices out of her fingers and all that stuff. Yeah, lovely. But yeah, erase the fantasy land. The money's being robbed. The bank's being robbed and the baby got raped. Oh, well, we can cry about that at church. Maybe get some money from some friends for it. Yeah, screw you guys. Oh, I'll tell you what. Valuable time. Time's valuable. I'm giving it to you. Oh, it's so entertaining, Jim. I love it. Anyway, so the big lie is a gross distortion or misrepresentation of the truth, especially used as propaganda technique. Now, propaganda. Now that takes us to another beautiful word. Oh, let's look at it. Propaganda is communication that is primarily used to influence an audience and further an agenda. Yeah, like when the guy says, yeah, if you just, this stuff will make you see green spiders and things, and you hype the pot all up and, and you sensationalize the story. Hell, you get high just talking about it. How do you think these drug addicts get by in a county jail? Yeah, they get high just talking about, lamenting the time they raped that girl and they're smoking weed and all that stuff. They have dreams waking up tasting the crack on their tongue. Oh my goodness. Yes, propaganda is very powerful. Power suggestion, all that stuff. You're being hypnotized. Yeah. You're being convinced to accept a lesser version of what a man is. They package something that they want you to be. Impotent, powerless, voiceless, weak. Can't even keep a woman happy. But you got a big penis though. Or think you do. Or was told you do. Or, was sold the idea that was important. Anyway, propagandist communication is primarily used to influence an audience to further an agenda. Yes, an agenda to sell a product. Just selling an argument sells a whole variety of products, okay? Or me being a musician, okay? Let's say I'm a famous musician. Let's say I'm, Tori Amos, Well, Tori Amos, let's not use her because she's not a sellout. She didn't merchandise. No, she may be a little bit, but she wasn't a merchandise queen. No, let's pick somebody else. I don't know. Let's just make somebody up. I don't want to beat any artists up particularly right now. But merchandising, all the shirts, Well, like Frank Zappa was Frank Zappa merchandised in order to promote what he was doing. He got support from his fan base, honestly. He didn't beat him down all the time and push all this stuff. He didn't have, Frank Zappa on every fucking little thing you could put it on and selling it to people. No, he wasn't digging sponge out of the beach and selling little pieces of it, saying, oh yeah, here's a little piece of sponge. It's supposed to be clean in water, but Frank Zappa picked it. No, he wasn't, No, so anyway, merchandising is a way of canonizing. Yes, canonizing, like in the Bible, when they took a little piece of the famous person, everybody had to have some, because they were pathetic. But the true merchandising is in the special trinkets from the artist. The guitar strings he broke when he created that song that your wife fell in love with you was playing, or, the guitar pick that I used, one of these guitar picks creating one of these songs that I just make up that mean something, that aren't about how great of a person I am and look at my clothes, or they actually offer people something. Merchandising is a bad thing, and it's profiteering. Just enough is plenty. Your people should be able to merchandise enough, sell their products enough to get the support. But I shouldn't have to, see you, hear about your book 20 times on TV. And advertising has gone out of control, and the mental manipulation that they use to stimulate your purchasing habits is going above and beyond. They're molesting everyone. They've been doing it for 50 years with propaganda. Selectively presenting facts to encourage a particular synthesis or perception, or using loaded language to produce an emotional response. See, to rather than a rational response to the information that's being presented. Propaganda can be found in news and journalism, government, advertising, entertainment, education, activism, and is often associated with material which is prepared by governments as part of war efforts, political campaigns, revolutionaries, big businesses, ultra-religious organizations, the media, and certain individuals such as soapboxers. Soapboxers, let's examine that word, is a raised platform on which one stands to make an impromptu speech, often about a political subject. The term originates from the days when speakers would elevate themselves by standing on a wooden crate originally used for shipment of soap or otherwise. Well, yes, because they were poor and they couldn't afford broadcasting time. Yeah, kind of like when they downplayed everybody for being carpetbaggers. There's always some terminology that they use to label somebody. It's just another N word. It's a derogative. And it's used to herd your thought process to lean toward their agenda. Little by little, you become, more racist, or little by little you become more, what they would label you as liberal, or more. You can't help it. That's why you can't get involved in any arguments, and you have to stand back and make decisions for yourself. You can't allow these people to tell you what's in these bills, but they're not affording anyone the time when they're inundating you with too much information from around the world, and you can't put a fire out in your own backyard because of it. Your banks are being raped. Lots of people are being double charged for their phone service, and they can't fight it because the words that they're putting into the agreements are giving them leverage against them. That ignorance thing, yes. They play don't interfere with my broadcast. You see, they do this when I get into sensitive things. But anyway, so you have to break things down in order to understand it. And I've learned a lot since I started doing this investigation. And just by simply starting by, okay, who owns Nielsen's? What is Nielsen's? And then you go back and you find out the guy's name, and then the banks, and then the fact that he borrowed money. And then even the Titanic is related to the broadcasting. Yeah, it sank because they were arguing with the guy. They were pushing him around because he had the old Marconi radio. Yeah, and they were trying to make him buy the new stuff. Yeah, and they jammed his communications and flooded him with news and stuff and stock reports, and kept everybody interested and wanting to hear all that, so they couldn't get the reports on about would bounce off the icebergs. Oh, it's a big nasty thing, and they accentuated it in the movies, but nobody dares voice any of these theories because of the backlash that they could receive, which goes back to Kennedy's book Profiles in Courage, i.e. why he's even dead. He said, I'm going to try and do the right thing, and they're probably going to kill me. That's what Kennedy was trying to tell everyone. It's very simple. There are no men. No. Death before dishonor is just a name on a patch. The good guys are already dying somewhere, or busy, or dead, or drunk, yet to be inspired to become sober, which is what I'm thankful for. Anyway, I said enough and legend enough. I think I've proven myself time and time again. Please review some of the content. Find my ability to be able to provide you some support in your life to help you take control of what's going on in your existence. Yes, learn from me trying to figure out what's going on in mine. Yes, because I'm still trying to find out, and I've been learning a lot. I'm trying to share the information as fast as I can with my enemies. So I have somebody decent to fight with, because I don't want to fight with my lady for being strung out on the game. I can't help that. That's not the right battle. That I have to deal with. You see, that's the that's where you have to be smart to know where your battles are. And fighting with her about not giving me enough care for the dog isn't going to help. Fighting with her about not rinsing the milk out of her cereal bowl isn't going to help. Or picking up after herself, that's not going to help. Or not keeping the car clean, that's not going to help. Those are little battles that I have to accept to pick up the slack, to fall in. Okay, I have a child in a lot of ways. She's a victim. She's a prime example victim of all America. Yes, most certainly. And I've learned so much in the last 3 years. The last 26 years, getting hit by the semi was truly a blessing in disguise. The angels sent me on a special mission to educate about many different things, and I've come to some kind of a level of something. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's very special, and that's why I have to keep doing it. I don't know why. It gives me a reason to live, though. And to take care of myself. Yes, it does. It does. And then I get to reflect on it and see, yeah, and listen to myself, talk to myself, and cheer myself up, beef myself along, motivate pat myself on the back by lecturing myself with my own content. Yes, like the Count of Monte Cristo, building his ship in his head all those years over and over again. Plotting and planning and hoping for that day he finally breaks free, to seek out those he knew in his past, to find out who would remain loyal to him. Yes, who to share the bounty with, the treasure, the secret garden. Yes, the secret garden. I've been showing you pieces of it all along. Gardener of Life, planting seeds. Yes, planting seeds. Anyway, I'm crazy on Mad Zack. Crazy like a fox. Mad scientist is mad. Just crazy enough to keep trying. Yeah, I love it. It's very amusing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of quality writing. Go to my blog, blogspot.com, or blog despondency at blogspot.com. Escaping the Despondency, it's all over the web. Get a copy of the book, Escaping the Despondency. It's on Amazon Kindle Unlimited. It's getting 5-star reviews on Goodreads. It's, it's really, sold right next to the Bible. Yeah, in my little store, my religious stuff. Yeah, it's just going to have my Bible on it. Yes, and low-cost, budget-friendly stuff. It actually helps people. It doesn't leave them a pile of trash in their car. Diabetes. Anyway, kiss my ass, call me for breakfast. Peace, love, who dares. Be original. Take charge. Gotta remember, supposedly they fought hard for freedom. Set this country up. My relatives were part of that. I hate to see it go to the waste pile, to be sorted through by a bunch of Chinese people. Let all your church members help make fat and happy so you can have a boat. Yeah.